Can you tell us a little bit about what training was actually like in prison?
Andrew, you want to kick this one off first?
Yeah, sure. So when I was inside, at the beginning of my sentence, I came across the boys that were using a lot of the water bags as training, kind of like using it as dumbbells and water bottles as dumbbells. And I wasn't really too much of a fan of it. At the beginning of my lagging, I wasn't really interested in training that much because I thought, I'll just wait till I go to the gym till I get out and I'll just use the gym and I'll get big then. And then halfway through my sentence, I realized that like something had to change. Time was of the essence and I was getting out soon and I need to get fit. And I kind of just stuck with all the body weight exercises because after like a month of training, like I realized it was actually working. You just needed to put the reps in. And then I only ever really used the bottles as weighted pull-ups and weighted dips and walking lunges, really. I never really used it for like the small stuff like the other boys they were using like bicep curls and the bicep curls on the broomstick. Now, I wasn't really a fan of that, but I was using a lot of the weights just to add extra resistance on the body weight movements. And then when COVID happened, like what Joe was doing, it was just like I was back in jail again.
Yeah. And it's a really good set of skills, no doubt, you developed. And do you think, like I saw a promo video with you, Joe, for the work you guys are doing with UNSW. And in that promo video, there was a lot of squats with other blokes on your back or, carrying those water drums, as you said.
Yeah.
Is that very similar to what you guys were doing in jail or?
Yeah, so look, inmates are known to be very, very good at improvising.
Yep.
Obviously, you got to make good of what you have around you. And we had like literally nothing around us. And, later on, we realized how effective the training that we were doing inside custody. For example, Andrew was mentioning the use of water bottles. But little did we know, water bottles, the use of water bottles helped us with our stabilizer muscles. When we didn't have weights, we're using other human beings to jump on our backs and to use it to improvise those weights. We're using towels to work out how do we use isometric, like how do we use hypertrophy training by using towels, understanding that, that mind and muscle connection through the use of towels, and through these very, very raw techniques, we'll have able to understand, have a better understanding of our body and how to train and explain that movement to other people as well. So that really gave us a foundation of having a different understanding of, how to deliver training programs for people, and that's how we became trainers. And, you mentioned COVID, and it's funny because, we used to figure out how do we best utilize our body weight pretty much in training, like push-ups, dips, and when COVID lockdown happened, when everyone was so used to using gym equipment and all these facilities and stuff like that, all we had was our bodies and our small little tiny cell that we used to train in. And overnight, we became the experts in confined space bodyweight training, and we were actually running classes for Google and Atlassian and all these other corporates who had no idea how to provide wellness for their employees. And not only did we know how to utilize small spaces, but we had the right mindset around, how do you be positive in an environment where, individuals are feeling incarcerated. So it was, who would have thought that there would be a time in history where being incarcerated would be considered a skill, so it was a bit of a turnaround for us.